welcome to the Northern Counties East League podcast. I'm Richard Watts. I'm now joined by League General Manager Matt Jones.
Hello and welcome back to the official Macron Northern Counties East League podcast. I'm Matt Jones, the League General Manager, and this is my look back at games that have taken place over the past few days. And this week, well, it belonged to one club, Durham District, the champions of Division 1. Not nearly there, not one hand on the trophy, they're champions. And they did it in some style. Next season, for the first time in the club's history, they'll be playing Step 5 football. Let's get into the weekend roundup. Friday night delivered the headline moment. Durham District sealed the Division 1 title with a ruthless 5-0 win away at Clubthorne Colliery. Jamie Austin set the tone in the first half, scoring from the rebound after Clubthorne goalkeeper Ryan Musselwhite saved his penalty. And after the break, the floodgates opened. Adam Baskerville, Josh Dacre, Taylor Nicholson and Max Eastwood are all getting in on the act. A dominant performance and a title wrapped up with 4 matches to spare. That's outstanding from Durham District. Unusually, we actually had 2 rearranged fixtures on Thursday this week, and Sheffield produced one of the performances of the season. They swept aside Beverley Town 6-0 in a battle between 2 playoff chasing sides, with Connor Cutts scoring twice, Alex Hardwick hitting a hat-trick, and Harrison Poulter adding another. A crowd of 473 saw Sheffield at their very best. In Division 1 on Thursday, Doncaster City and South Leeds played out a frantic 2-2 draw, all 4 goals coming in a breathless first half. In Friday's Premier Division action, Frickley Athletic kept their momentum going with a 2-0 win over already relegated Wombwell Town. Goals from Elliot Andrew and Samuel Cable doing the job in the second half. Liversedge and Golke United shared a 1-1 draw. Finn Donovan's opener cancelled out by George Doyle for Golke. And Nostell Miners Welfare kept their survival hopes alive with a crucial 2-0 victory at Athersley Recreation, thanks to 2 late goals from Curtis Gollins and Matthew Hughes. Saturday's action brought plenty of goals. Albion Sports came from behind to beat Parkgate 4-2, with Nathan Cartman delivering a superb second-half hat-trick. Beverley Town bounced back from Thursday's heavy defeat at Sheffield with a gritty 1-0 win at Barton Town, Andy Norfolk grabbing the winner. Sheffield rounded off a strong week for them with a 1-0 victory at Bottisford Town, courtesy of Nathaniel Crofts. Rossington Main picked up a 2-0 win at Horbury Town, helped by an early own goal and a composed finish from Myron Gibbons, a result that was even more crucial for Rossington after Albion Sports' win against Parkgate. Knaresborough Town edged Eccleshill United 2-1, while Campion impressed with a 3-1 win at Penistone Church. Tadcaster Albion kept their good form going with a 3-0 home win over Pickering Town. And the standout scoreline of the weekend, that has to be Handsworth's 7-0 demolition of Thackley. 7 different scorers, a remarkable team performance away from home. In Division 1, Armthorpe Welfare and South Leeds drew 2-2, with 10-man South Leeds battling back from behind. Brigtown overturned a half-time deficit to beat Louth Town 4-1. Crowell Colts edged Route 1 Rovers 2-1 thanks to a late winner from Ashton Short. Goole were in unstoppable form, hammering already relegated Glasshout and Welfare 7-1, with Nathan Perks scoring 4. Playoff contenders Leeds UFCA held on for a crucial 1-0 win over Doncaster City. Selby Town and Ilkley Town played out a goalless draw. That's the only goalless draw of the weekend. Wakefield swept aside Appleby Frodingham 4-0 to clinch their playoff spot. And Winterton Rangers and Harrogate Railway Athletic shared a 1-1 draw. Finally, Worsbridge Bridge Athletic rounded off the weekend with a confident 3-0 home win over Maltby Main. A quick look at the league tables as they stand before this week's midweek games. And in the Premier Division, we already know that Liversedge will be the champions, but what about the playoffs? 7 teams still have a shot at the 4 playoff spaces, and those playoff positions are currently occupied by Beverley Town, Sheffield, Barton Town and Tadcaster Albion, with Campion, Handsworth and Pickering Town still hoping to catch them. At the bottom, we already know that Wombwell Town will finish at the foot of the table, while incredibly 9 teams could still finish in the other relegation position. That takes us right up to halfway in the table. Rossington Main, Horbury Town, Bottisford Town, Thackley, Albion Sports, Eccleshill United, Penistone Church, Frickley Athletic and Golkey United are not yet mathematically safe, although the latter two only need one more point from their 3 remaining games to confirm their position in the top division for next season. Like Liversedge in the Premier Division, we already know that Durham District will top Division 1. Wakefield have also confirmed their place in the playoffs, but 7 other teams still have a shot at the 3 remaining playoff positions. Those are Harrogate Railway Athletic, Worsborough Bridge Athletic, Brigg Town, Leeds UFCA, Route 1 Rovers, Clubthorne Colliery and Armthorpe Welfare. At the bottom, we know that Glasshoughton Welfare are already down, but there are still 7 teams that are not safe from the remaining 2 relegation positions. Doncaster City, Ilkley Town, Appleby Frodingham, Louth Town, Athersley Recreation, Winterton Rangers, and looking most precarious of all, Nostell Miners Welfare. At this advanced stage of the season, that leaves us with just 7 teams out of our 42 that can't currently go either up or down. Still plenty for the majority of the teams to play for as the season draws towards its conclusion. This coming weekend, we have just one match on Friday night as playoff hopefuls Campion welcome champions Liversedge. Over the weekend, we have a full programme of matches for National Non-League Day, with 9 further games in the Premier Division and 11 games in Division 1. Full details can be found on our website at www.ncefl.org.uk. A quick word on attendances, which were amazing once again over the past weekend. Over 4,500 people attended one of our fixtures at an average of 215 spectators per match across both divisions. That's fantastic figures for Steps 5 and 6 football. Thank you to everyone that continues to give our team such brilliant support.
Blast from the past, looking at the 1996-97 season. Premier Division top 5, first Dennerby United, second Belper Town, third Brigg Town, fourth North Ferriby United, fifth Ossett Albion, bottom 3, bottom Liversedge, second bottom Ashfield United, third bottom Sheffield. Division 1 top 3, first Eccleshill United, second Garforth Town, third Harrogate RA, bottom Bidworth Welfare, League Cup Hucknall Town, FA Cup North Ferriby United made the third qualifying round, and FA Vars North Ferriby United made the final. Next up, NCEL talk. I'll hand straight over to host Aaron Walton.
Okay, well, it's our turn and our part of the podcast to look over the previous week's games. So tonight I've got with me Richard, Si and Bob and me, Aaron. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll look at Thursday night, because Thursday night was football night, wasn't it, gents?
It was.
And as I say, it started off Sheffield. And they brushed aside Beverley Town, didn't they? 6-0. I know Dave Ricardo said it was men against boys. And it certainly was on that night. Sheffield, I just can't believe the form they're in. Can you, Richard?
No, incredible. I just cannot believe that result.
No, I can't as well, especially after Saturday. But we knew Saturday would be completely different. But yeah, Sheffield. Alexander Hardwick hat-trick, Connor Cutts with 2, and Poulter. So they're onwards and upwards. Sheffield second in the league now as well. So
7 straight wins, I think, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just unbelievable form. Last time they lost was against Barton Town.
Yeah, and they didn't look a good side at all that night, did they?
They didn't turn up, did they? They didn't turn up. So, but anyway, and Division 1, there was a game there as well, wasn't there? It was a Desmond at the Mara Falcon, Doncaster City and South Leeds 2-2. So Friday. So Frickley put a couple past Woolwell Town, didn't they? 305 there at the Wesley. Two second half goals, Elliot Andrews, and good to see Sam Cable back on the score sheet. I know Sam's been blighted by injuries this season, so good to see Sam actually getting a goal and getting on the score sheet there.
Another ex-school player.
Yes, another ex-school player, another ex-Barton player as well. So good to see Sam. Yeah, I had a chat with Sam a couple of weeks ago when we was at Frickley. Good to see Sam. League champions, Liversidge, home to Golker, and a 1-1 draw. Donovan for Liversidge and Doyle for Golker, as per usual. That's a good point for Golker, that, isn't it, gents?
It is, yeah. Liversidge just being crowned league champions. Yeah, absolutely.
Must have had too much pop in the week.
Maybe so. Did you see the crowd? A great crowd as well.
What was it, Bob? Just remind me.
512.
That's absolutely superb. 512. Really good. Really good. And did we see any Division 1 action? We did, didn't we?
We did.
Was it Durnan District? They were crowned, weren't they, gentlemen?
They were.
Crowned champions. Yeah, the 5-0 win away at Clubthorne Colliery. Yeah. Austin, Baskerville, Dacre, Nicholson and Eastwood with the goals. The champagne popped. The trophy was presented. Pictures taken. And all was well with Durnan District. Look forward to seeing them in the Premiership next season. Was another game. I think was it Athersley and Nostell?
It was.
Yeah, again, a game that Athersley needed to win and Nostell really needed to win. Basement battle. Gollins and Hughes for Nostell hanging on in there and making the wreck sweat. So that was Friday night, wasn't it? I don't think I've missed any, have I? Because my notes are all over the place.
No, you're all right. You haven't missed any.
Thank you very much. I'm sure I will. Saturday then, and it was a standout tie at the top of the Prem, third versus second. The Humber Derby. So many players know each other from both teams. So many crossovers in personnel. Beverley players that have previously played for Barton. Barton players have previously played for Beverley. Plus the gaffers as well. Dave Ricardo, manager of Beverley Town, was manager at Barton. His number 2, Mr. Bennett, was also there at Barton. Swan's gaffer, Anthony Bosley, was Dave Ricardo's number 2, not so long back at Beverley. So everybody knows everybody. Most of the fans know each other as well, don't they, Richard?
So, and what did you say last week before previewing this match? Do you remember what you said?
I don't. You have to remind me. I've had a sleep since.
Yeah, because Beverley were playing 2 games in 3 days. You said that Beverley would be saving themselves for Barton. I'll say no more.
Say no more. Say no more. Because what was the score? Barton Town 0 and Beverley Town 1. And Richard, I'm going to ask Richard. I'll bring Richard in here. It was a scrappy game, wasn't it, Richard? What was your thoughts?
Yeah, it was just tight. Both teams just cancelled each other out, didn't they? I mean, it was a game of 2 half chances, wasn't it? Barton hit the post with theirs, and Andy Norfolk took Beverley's one.
He did.
And
he did.
It looked as if it was going to be 1. It was going to be 1-0. It wasn't going to be any more goals than that.
No.
But the big thing out of the game was how on earth did Sheffield score 6 against that Beverley back 4?
Absolutely, yeah. I think
you got probably the 2 best defensive fullbacks in the league playing for them. You've got a centre half like James Piercy. I think I'm baffling.
Yeah, and then you got Matt Plummer as well, who's
Matt Plummer as well. Yeah,
Rolls Royce of a player. Yeah, good crowd there as well. What was the crowd, Bob? 402, was it?
402. That must be one of your best crowds of the season, isn't that?
The best crowd of the season, Robert.
Oh,
the best.
No.
Yeah,
the best crowd. Yeah,
it was good. It was a good atmosphere, wasn't it, Richard?
It was, yeah. It was.
You know, Beverley made it a good atmosphere. They brought plenty of fans, plenty of raffle tickets bought, plenty of beer sucked. Beverley went away happy. I don't think we were too disappointed. I don't think, because one game don't make a season, does it, Richard?
No.
So, but anyway, that was that. Sunday afternoon, everything was rosy. Tadcaster then are also putting a nice little run together. 3-0 winners over Pickering Town. So, over to Campion. What could they do? Well, a 3-1 win away at Tricky Penistone Church was the answer. 1-1 at half-time. Then Gregson on 62 and Aidan Day on 90. So, Campion is still there, aren't they? On to, what could Handsworth do? Well, Barton had beaten them a couple of weeks ago at Handsworth ground. But they put 7 past Thackley at the Denny Field and 7 different scorers. That is some game there. So they're still there with the playoff shout. So Handsworth doing well. So how would the teams on form, nay, on fire do after playing away playing Tuesday and Thursday, Sheffield? They were away at Bottisford Town, weren't they? Themselves needing points for safety because they're sweating a little bit. And it took a Nathan Crofts goal to settle it for Sheffield. As you said, Richard, 7 unbeaten now since going down to Barton 4-0. So they're the form team, aren't they?
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah, I think they'll finish second now.
I think they will, definitely. Yeah. Down to the foot of the table, Albion moved up to 15th with a good win over mid-table Parkgate 4-2 with a Cartman with a hat-trick. Pearson and Goddard for Parkgate and Amivin Sandhu for the Lions. So that's sort of helped Albion a little bit. Knaresborough beat Eccleshill 2-1 to keep Eccleshill down in the battle to keep up. And that covers the Prem.
You got Horbury. You got Horbury.
I did. I had Horbury down because I thought our good friend was going to be here, but he's not here. What happened at Horbury?
It was Horbury versus Rossington, and Rossington come out 2-0 winners. Horbury at home. James Travis, 34 minutes on goal for Rossington. Then Myron Gibbon, 68 minutes. So that was a big 6-pointer, really, at the bottom, wasn't it?
It was for Rossington. Myron Gibbons has been a handy goal scorer for them. And Horbury do like to do things difficultly, don't they? So they do like to do it difficult. But I think they've still got enough. 238 there as well at the Pulsar Limited Stadium. Yeah, good crowd. So, yeah, I missed that one out, Bob. I told you I'd go wrong. I've gone from one to the other. I was too keen to get Si in on Division 1. That's what I was doing. So, Division 1, Wakefield then, Si. You were playing Appleby Frodingham from Scunthorpe. Pray tell.
Yeah, this was the good match if the ones who are going to review for us. A solid 4-0 win, opening the scoring with our first attack of the game, well within a minute. Tom Hinton with yet another goal for him this season. Keil Francis doubled the lead 3 minutes later with a great shot on the turn from outside the box into the top corner. And just when you thought you'd seen the best of the goals, Ethan Kachosa got 2 more, and his second just after half-time was brilliant, sort of taking on 2 players on the edge of the box and then picking a great shot into the top corner to cap his brace off. And yeah, a 4-0 win and some good confidence before that, taking just 1 point from the previous 2 games, so it was good to get back. Yeah. With a win and a clean sheet.
Excellent. So onwards and upwards for Wakefield. And it's a good job he did win because Worsborough won 3-0 against Maltby, didn't they? And Brigg also had a good win in the Lincolnshire Derby against Louth, 4-1. So keeping the pressure on there. But I want to talk about a very impressive result again over in North Lincolnshire. Winterton Rangers. I know they need more than a point, but to get a point against high-flying Harrogate Railway, that's a good game. That's a good result, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It is. They're fighting at the bottom, aren't they?
They certainly are. We'll go on to Winton a little bit later on. Crowell Colts got a late winner against free-scoring Route 1 Rovers. Lewis Graham on 12, then Zach Khan. No other player is levelled on 76, only for a very late, short winner for the Colts at Windsor Park. So well done to Crowell. Leeds UCFA, let's get it right. Continue their good run, winning Doncaster City. They were playing, weren't they?
They were, yes.
It was a very early Sangyang goal. Was all that separated them. So that was Leeds keeping up the pressure. Armthorpe 2, South Leeds 2, and Bob. finally on to you. What happened, Bob? Pray tell.
Yeah, pray tell. Yeah, well, we're playing the basement team, Glasshoughton. We took an early lead through Nathan Perks, a penalty. Second goal, headed from Bradley Zoe in 22nd minute. Liam Mullen, shot from outside the area in the 32nd. Joshua just before half time, Joshua Bradshaw made it. We got Nathan Betts got another one, 34th, and Joshua Bradshaw made it 5-0 half time. Second half, Glasshoughton came back, got a penalty through George Blade, made it reduced to 5-1. And then 68-minute Perks got his hat trick. Keeper came for the ball, cross, missed it, and he just had to put it in. And then the 89th minute, a shot from Perks again, went under the goalkeeper's body. So Nathan, he got 4 goals, and he was named the sponsors man of the match.
And how many goals has he got this season, Bob?
I think he's got 29 now.
29, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah. But he started off after us, but he's in good goal scoring form. He got a hat trick our previous home game against Nostell when we won 6-2. So yeah, so he's in fine form.
Oh, so he's won the beer again.
He's won the beer again. Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
You had to pick him as man of the match. We score 4 goals, don't you? Really? It's.
I'll tell you what. Don't talk about man of the match. We had some sponsors a few weeks ago. They picked the man of the match, and somebody scored a hat trick. It was Joel Shepherd, wasn't it, Richard? He scored a hat trick. Paul Ladd didn't get man of the match. And I got a right rollicking for it. It was nothing to do with me. It was the sponsors.
But as I always say, if the sponsor pay the money, they can pick the player.
Do you know, Bob? That's exactly what I said. Exactly what I said. So I got out of jail free card there, I'm afraid. But yeah.
That's what I always say when supporters say, why didn't they pick him? I always say, well, the sponsor pays the money, he picks the player.
It's up to them, isn't it? Yeah, if they want to pick them, they pick them. So I think that was all Saturday's games, wasn't it?
No, just one. Did we mention Selby and Ilkley?
We didn't. I've got it down here. 0-0, 301 there, Roberts.
Yeah, a good crowd.
Yeah, so Selby, as I said, we've said it these last few weeks. If they'd had a better start, I think they'd have been up there.
Yeah. But they get good crowds on a Saturday.
They do. If they're winning, they do get good crowds, and that's the thing. So we've covered all Saturday games. So midweek. So could Sheffield's form continue away at Frickley? A win could propel. Well, they weren't quite second, but a win could have propelled them into second place. Sheffield having the league's best attack, 2.4 goals per game, and it was 3-1 to Sheffield. Again, me and Richard, their form is alarmingly good. They've come right at the right time, haven't they? So it's almost like somebody flicked a switch. So well done to Sheffield. Albion were away at Galkey United.
Have we got right week here? Albion, because I don't think Sheffield. Is it Tuesday night, 24th? Am I looking at?
Yep, 24th.
Yeah, we're Pickering winning at Wombwell.
Yeah. You mentioned Sheffield. Did
I get it wrong? But I might have got it wrong there. Oh dear, my brain's frazzled. I know Albion were away at Galkey, but was it?
No, Albion on to Rossington. Hang on. Oh no, I'm looking. No, forget me. I'm looking at the wrong month. It's just counter me. It's my
was that right all along? Was that right all along? Hey Bob, that's a first. Do you?
Yeah, I'll make a note in my diary.
That was right.
Yeah.
And I think Liverpool, they had a trip to Knaresborough, didn't they? And that was postponed, wasn't it, because of the downpour? So now Wombwell, they were playing Pickering Town, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're back on track.
And we're back on track. And Pickering beat Wombwell. So on to
4-0.
Yeah, thank you, Si. Division 1. Now, there were 6 games, weren't there? And the pick of these was second versus fourth, the battle of the W's. And I was quite well. I know it was going to be a tight game, but talk us through it, Si. If I know you don't want to, but it was tight.
Oh, the pain, the pain. Hey, it's what we're here for, though, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, all the goals early in this one. A 2-1 win for Worsborough with all the goals coming in the first 10 minutes.
Wow.
When it was the rain was horrendous, and it probably was for everyone that was playing that night because we had some right storms, didn't we? With it was coming down sideways. It was that windy and rainy. But that's no sort of reason for it. It's the same for both sides. It levels it off, doesn't it? Worsborough stopped us playing our game, to be fair to them. They scored a good early goal, and I think that was, can't remember which one of their goals. One of the goals was like a really direct long throw, which was allowed to drop in the box and then was put away. We managed to pull one back with Ollie Robinson on 7 minutes, but within a minute they'd scored again. Connor Glavin. I mean, they're the two key players I was saying for them before the game was Keelan Grist and Connor Glavin, and they're the two that got the goals for them. I think they're the two that kind of pull the strings for them a lot this season. They've been two very good players, haven't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Didn't help our own cause when we got a man sent off midway through the first half. Sam Pashley bringing down a player who was through on goal, but the goalkeeper was going to get the ball, so it was kind of a tackle that didn't need to be made, unfortunately. So he got a red for pulling back the player that was through. And then in the second half, we were struggling to try and sort of get a goal. We probably had the better of the chance, I'd say, in the second half. There were a couple of chances where we could have scored. But then our other centre-back, Mo Conti, then got a red card as well.
Oh,
so we
my
finished
God.
with 9 men. It's shown on the website as a yellow, but no, he got a red. And we finished with 9 men. And it's now advantage Worsborough, really, when you look at the battle for second. I know it's always best to have points on the table, but they've got 3 games in hand, as you'll come to when you do the table. And it's always crucial trying to get that second place, because then you get home games for both semi-final and final, don't you? So we might need some favours from other clubs now.
And also, you'll be losing those 2 players, won't you? Not straight away, but you'll be losing those 2 players.
That's it. Yeah. And we've already got like a couple of players out through injury and what have you. So but we're battling. We'll keep going. And it's just a case of reset. This is what, football's never easy. There's, you're not going to win every game. It's how you bounce back from defeats that counts. So now they've got to knuckle down and then try and get a win on Saturday and keep that push going for second.
Definitely. So that was at the top. Now there's a massive game down at the bottom, the other end of the table. Want the Glasshoughton entertained Athersley Rec. Athersley Rec need the points. Glasshoughton already down. And it was the Rec securing a super 5-1 win, 5 different scorers, and it was only 1-1 at half-time. So well done to the Rec. They're still fighting. Another team down there, Louth, much further up. Louth Town played Nostell Miners Welfare. As I say, both really needing 3 points. And it was Louth squeezing past Nostell 2-1, wasn't it? Club Thorn Colliery entertained Appleby Fronningham. We could class this, I suppose, as a local derby, 15 miles between the 2 teams. 7-0 to Club Thorn Colliery, though. A Newsom hat-trick, Gomez 2, Williams and Wright for Club Thorn Colliery. So they're back after losing to Durnan District. Armthorpe played Ilkley Town at the Marrow Falcon, and after a cagey first half, 1 apiece. It was the Welfare that took command in the second half and scored 3 more. 4-1 was the final score. And finally, Maltby Main versus Route 1 Rovers was abandoned, wasn't it? A waterlogged pitch. Did you
see the videos? It was unbelievable.
I did, and the pitch was like a swimming baths or a swimming pool. Yes. Yeah. So not much fun there. There was 2 county cup games, weren't there, as well, both involving Northern Counties East League games. Barnolds, Wick Town and Tadcaster was postponed, wasn't it? I think they're having that next week. And Worksop Town beat Rossington 5-1. So I think Rossington will be concentrating on keeping in the Premier, and also they've got a semi-finals to look forward to the League Cup. Wednesday, just saw 2 games in the Northern Counties East League 1, and the weather was nearly as bad as it was on the Tuesday. Doncaster City versus Durnan District. Well, the train kept rolling, as we've said. 6-1 to the champions, Durnan District. I think they're going to be a force to be reckoned with in the Premier, don't you, Richard?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, very impressive.
Yeah, and then the game I went to, I fancied a midweek trip, seeing I was not working. I went to the West Street MKM Stadium at Winton, and by heck, that did it. It hailstoned. The floodlights went out. The floodlights come back on. There was lightning across the Humber. Oh dear! And what a game Winton played. They won 3. I think it was 3-0 in the end. Was it 3-0? It was. 3-0.
3-0, yeah.
3-0, and they played some of the best football I've seen. I've seen Winton 9 times this season, and that by far was the best I've seen Robbie Start's team play. Some lovely goals. Keeper played well. The lads were chucking themselves in the way of shots and what have you to keep a clean sheet. So Winton is still fighting. And as I say, what a great win for Winton. Well played, lads. Really good, that one. So that concludes, doesn't it? So are we having a look at the league tables?
Yeah, we can do.
So I'll tell you what. We'll have a look at the Division 1. Have you got the Division 1 tables there, Robert?
I have. See, Durnan District and Big 2 away wins now. They've gone into 301 points already. With 3 games to go. I don't know what the record is for points in Division 1, but they must be getting near it.
Well, Richard, you're usually the stat man, aren't you, Richard? Do you know?
No, but I'm going to have a quick while we're talking, see if I can find out.
No, you see if you can find. So go on then, Robert.
I'll put him on the spot. Then Wakefield second, 84 points. Worsborough third, 79. Harrogate fourth, 76. Brigg, 72, fifth. And Leeds, but they lost the other night to Winterton, so they've done Brigg a favour. They're on 68 points, so there's a 4-point gap between that last playoff position. And then you got Route 1 Rovers on 65 points. So it's looking like what would be Wakefield, Worsborough, Harrogate. We play Harrogate on Saturday, and then the last playoff place probably between Brigg and Leeds.
What did you want to say, Si?
I was just looking. I don't know if how far Richard's got, but I was looking back. There was 3 teams that finished on 100 or more back in the 23-24 season, but that was with 44 games.
Yeah.
Overall. So if they win the remaining ones, they could go above that. I don't know if Richard's still digging back through the records even further.
Still looking back.
Still looking. But yeah. So what about the bottom then, Bob?
Well, the bottom, Glasgow, they've gone 10 points, but I have to say on Saturday, they never stopped running. They put a lot of effort in, just didn't get the rewards, but all credit to them, you know. Then Nostell, 27 points. Winterton, 34. That's in 3 relegation places. And Appleby on 38. So Nostell have got 11-point gap, and they've only got 4 games left. So if they lose on Saturday, they would be relegated. They'd be relegated, yeah. So it's looking like the last last relegation between Winterton on 34, Appleby 38, Athersley 39. So it was a vital win of the night for Athersley. And then you've got Ilkley on 40 and Louth on 40. So it's looking like between Winterton, Appleby and Athersley for the last relegation. And see, but I think Winterton on Saturday, I think they go to they've got a tough task Saturday. Yeah, they're at Durnan District.
Durnan District, yeah.
Yeah, away.
I wonder if Durn might be a little kind to them. One thinks. I don't think so. Do you?
No chance. No. They want to win them last 3 games. You know.
They will, won't they? Go out on a high.
Yeah.
So that's the Division 1. In the Prem, we've obviously got champions Liversedge, haven't we? They're on 84 points. Then we've got Sheffield now second with 71 points. Beverley with 69 points. Both played 35 games. Barton Town they've got 66 points and they've played a game extra. And Tadcast are the same as Barton. They've played 36 games. They're a point behind Barton. They're 65. And then you've got Campion and Handsworth, again, both on 36 games and 63 and 61 respectively. So it's still all to play for, isn't it, really? We're going to have a look at what games they've got. And down at the bottom, well, obviously Wombwell have sadly gone, 17 points. But it's as tight can be all the way. I think all the way up to Eccles Hill. I don't know what you think, Richard. So,
and this one's only up to 4 points.
One team that have really collapsed is Thackley, isn't it? I can't believe. I mean, they were right at the top, weren't they, not so long ago?
Yeah, 38 points. You've got Rossington and Horbury on 35 points, but Rossington have got a couple of games, haven't they, in hand over Horbury and Bottisford, 36 and 36. It's Bob's. It's your sort of calculation, that, isn't it, Bob? You're usually reasonably safe if you get a point a game.
Yeah. So, looking at this league table, I think you might need more than a point a game at the moment.
I definitely think
it's looking very tight. I mean, Horbury, Bottisford, Thackley. Yeah, it's right. Rich is right. And Thackley, I hadn't noticed that. They have come down the table, haven't they, Thackley? And losing 7-0 on Saturday would have done the confidence any good, I would imagine.
Oh, I wouldn't have thought so. And Albion, they're sort of picking up wins now and again. They're on 38 points, and Eccles Hill on 38 points.
Yeah, I think looking at the bottom of the table, the goal difference is going to be a big factor this year, I think. Because you look at Horbury and Rossington, -6 and -7. And then you look at Bottisford, -25 and Thackley -27. That could be worth another point, really.
I think you're right there, definitely. Yeah. So if you look at Thackley's games, they've got 2 games left. They're away to Beverley Town and at home to Eccles Hill. So that is like a massive game, isn't it? Eccles Hill, last game of the season. Rossington, they've got quite a few games. They've got Frickley at home, Beverley Town away, Knaresborough at home, and Knaresborough away. So a bit like Barton Town playing Knaresborough within a week, Richard. So we played them within a week, didn't we? Horbury, they're at home to Albion and away to Frickley. So there's points to be picked up there. Bottisford, 2 tough games, away at Handsworth and home to Beverley Town. So Beverley Town will want to make sure that they're in them playoff places, won't they? And they'll want to make sure that they get a home tie. So
they've got a big say, haven't they, at the bottom of the table, Beverley, with
they have, the Rossington, Bottisford
as well. I was just thinking Frickley, because Frickley have only got 2 games left, and it's Rossington and Horbury, the 2 teams that are currently on the cusp.
Yes.
So what Frickley's 2 matches could really decide who stays and who goes.
Yeah, definitely. And when I thought Frickley have had a reasonably good season after a bit of a dodgy start, I think they've sort of done okay. They're a good young team, aren't they, Richard?
Yeah.
So, so that's it's looking
just quickly on Durn. I can say with confidence, if they win the last games, they'll be the Division 1 record holders for number of points.
Wow, there you go. Well done, Richard. The Stato's done it again. Well done. We put the pressure on him, Robert, but he comes up trumps every time, doesn't he? Eh? There you go. Not like me. Crumble like a chocolate flake. So anyway, we'll look at. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go for our teams of the week. So I'm going to go first for a change, and I'm going to say Winterton Rangers. They drew against Harrogate. Was you going to pick them, Si?
I was going to go for them, yeah.
That's why I've gone first. Because they drew against Harrogate Railway on Saturday, and they're up the top, and they beat Leeds University, who are again at the top 3-0. So well done to Winterton Rangers, Robbie Stark and his men. Well done. They're fighting till the end. So I'm not going to come to you next, Si, because you're going to have a think. Robert?
Well, I'm going to go for Durden District. I mean, to go to Thorn and win 5-0, because Thorn's quite good at home, and then win 6-1 at Donny City. 11 goals scored, both away, all the way, and 1 conceded. and to win the title, I think they would be my team of the week.
Good choice. Richard?
To go for Sheffield.
Yeah.
3 wins.
Yeah, they're just
6
unstoppable
against
at the moment.
Beverley.
Yeah. And Si?
I may incur the wrath of some of my fellow Wakefield fans for this one, but I'm going to go for Wordborough because at the end of the day, they got the points they needed to put them in a good position for getting that second place in the table. And in the big clash, like you said, second versus fourth, they came out on top. So credit where it's due.
So Wasborough. So we've picked three Division 1 teams and 1 Premier team. So that's not bad between us. So I'll tell you what we'll do now. We'll go and have a look at the weekend's games. Friday night's football night. We've got Campion versus Liversedge. That's got a bearing on the playoff, and a win would put Campion back into the playoff positions. Liversedge are probably going for just to keep the good pressure up. Well, keep the good form up, I would have thought. So, be an interesting game at Campion's ground. That one, won't it, gents?
Well,
Campion need to win that to keep a chance of the playoffs, don't they? Because if they lose that one, Tadcaster and Barton could move away from them at the weekend.
They could, couldn't they? Yeah. So it's imperative Campion gets some kind of result there. Beverley Town play Thackley. Well, Beverley will want to cement their third place, won't they? Or even try and get above Sheffield if they can. And Thackley, well, like you say, they've dropped like a stone, but it's a funny league, this, isn't it? I mean, we could be saying, Beverley Town's going to give them a good hiding, this, that, and the other, and Thackley win 1-0. You just don't know. Big game for us, Richard. Eccles Hill versus Barton Town. What do you reckon, Richard, for that one?
There's no easy games, is there? But if you're in a playoff position, you'd be hoping you could go to Eccles Hill and win.
You would, wouldn't you? It'll be a tough game. Very good games against Eccles Hill, aren't they? We've had some good games against them, haven't we? Tend to play them away at their place near the end of the season, don't we? So it should be a good game. We'll be going to that one. Goldkirk versus Parkgate, battle of the mid-table there. Goldkirk will be wanting to beat Parkgate, and Parkgate want to be finishing on a high. Handsworth versus Bottisford. Bottisford need the points. Handsworth need the points for 2 different reasons, don't they? That's going to be. I'm going to be keeping my eyes on that one, Richard, on Saturday on the live.
Good game, that. Yeah.
Should be. Horbury versus Albion, another one. Vital that both teams either get a win or get something out of it. Pickering play Penistone, 2 teams that are safe, should we say. Rossington play Frickley. Tough one, that one. I reckon Rossington can get something, I really do. Sheffield play Tadcaster. Another good one there. Can Sheffield beat Tad? 2 teams in form, I would say there, don't you, gents?
Yeah.
It's got a draw written all over it.
I think it has, yeah. And Wombwell play Knaresborough. Well, Wombwell would like to finish on a high. Knaresborough, they've just been plugging away, haven't they, Knaresborough? So we're going to Division 1. Got some important games there. Appleby Frodingham play Leeds UCFA. Well, Appleby Frodingham need the points, don't they?
They do.
And Leeds will want to have a better game than they did against Winterton.
Well, if they want to get into the playoffs, they do, don't they? They need the 3 points that day.
They do, don't they? Derby District play Winterton Rangers. Tough one for Winterton Rangers, but if they play anything like they did on Wednesday, you never know. But it's difficult to keep that sort of performance going week in, week out. Doncaster City play Athersley. Athersley will want the points, won't they? If they can. Glasshoughton play Kroll Colts. Oh, Robert, are you going to this one at Station Road, Starbeck? Harrogate Rail versus Gould.
Yeah, and on Saturday I can't make it due to family commitments, but it should be a tough game on Saturday. And it's Jimmy Howes who played for us. He's at Harrogate now, so they usually score against us ex-players.
Tell us about it. Me and Richard have got that as well, haven't we, Richard? Andy Norfolk scored against us.
Andy Norfolk. Yeah.
Mind you, I don't think it mattered who scored for Beverley. They've all played for us before.
Yeah.
That's it for this edition. If you've got any news for the podcast or you'd like to appear on the podcast, please email ncelpodcast@gmail.com. Thanks for listening.